We are now live. This is Joe McCullough, broadcasting live from Santa Cruz, California. And the topic for today is awesome time management tips to help you get the most out of your 86,400 seconds. Hey, John, welcome. Let me turn the camera around so I can talk to you. There we go. So, real quick, my name is Dr. Joe McCullough. I'm the physics program chair at Cabrillo College in Santa Cruz, California, and I'm on a mission to scope every single day for the next year and share with you some amazing information that's going to help educate, entertain, and inspire. Hey, Eggie, the topic that we're talking about, we started yesterday and I'm going to talk about for the next few days, are awesome time management techniques to help you get the most out of your 86,400 seconds. Before we start, let's actually just talk about that for a second. No pun intended. 86,400 seconds. That's how much time we all get every single day. But some people seem to accomplish so much more with their 86,400 seconds than other people. What do they have in common? Why do some people achieve so much more than other people? And the answer is simple. People that accomplish more every single day do that because they've learned how to manage their time effectively. And the key phrase here is learned to manage their time, because it's not a skill we're born with. Time management is a skill we have to learn. Hey, AC Bubba. So I'm going to start in a minute or two. Checking in from California. Let me just give you a quick little introduction. I teach physics at Cabrillo College in Santa Cruz, California. I'm also the best-selling author of Accelerated Learning Techniques for Students. I have a weekly blog on my website, drjoemccullough.com, and I'm scoping every single day, sharing with you some amazing information. My passion is the brain and how people learn and how I can use that as a teacher to teach more effectively, but also help my students. Hey, Miss Christy Gardner, how I can help my students learn better, knowing what we know from current research of neuroscience. Let's jump right into time management techniques. I went through two of them yesterday, and let me quickly review them. First one is apply the 80-20 principle. 80-20 principle basically states that 80% of our results come from just 20% of our efforts. It's also known as the Pareto principle. These are our high-value tasks. Again, 80% of the results that we get come from only about 20% of our efforts. So a small minority of our efforts produce the majority of our results. The flip side to this is the other 80% of our efforts only produces 20% of our results. These are our low-value tasks, and unfortunately, these are the tasks that we tend to spend the most time on. So one of the cornerstones of effective time management is knowing what are those high-value tasks that give you the most bang for your buck, and then spending your time on the high-value tasks and not the low-value tasks. Thanks for the hearts. Second time management technique tip that I went through yesterday is know how you're going to use your spare minutes. A spare minute is any time that you spend commuting or waiting in line or waiting for the next client. But the commute is a big one. Let's say that you commute. Does anybody here commute more than, let's say, 30 minutes a day? Give me some hearts if you're commuting 30 minutes a day or more. Well, even if not, think about this. If you commute 30 minutes a day, 5 days, yes, we do. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year, that's 125 hours a day where you're in the car, where you could be using that time to learn a new subject, to expose yourself to all sorts of great personal development. Really think about how can you use your spare minutes more effectively. I love to listen to personal development tapes, actually CDs, or actually it's now MP3s, although I do have some CDs, in the car on my way to and from school. Every single day I'm exposing myself to information that's going to help me be a better teacher, be a better person, and actually live a happier, more productive life. Hey, it's Brandy. So 2 things we've covered so far are 80-20 principle. Keep in mind all tasks are not created equally. Know which of the tasks are your high-value tasks that are going to give you the most results. Second one, know how you're going to use your spare minutes. I highly recommend using your phone as an incredible information resource. Download great podcasts, download great videos, throw on MP3s that are going to help motivate and inspire you. I love Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, Jim Rohn, all sorts of great speakers out there. Okay, let's go on to the third time management tip, and that is plan your day. And when you're planning your day, you want to plan it on paper, meaning writing it down, and plan it the night before. And two questions you can ask yourself are, what is the most important thing? Thank you, it's Brandy, for great tips. What is the most important thing I have to accomplish tomorrow? And then the other thing is, what are two more things that it would be important to accomplish? If you have a lot of things to do, it can be easy to get overwhelmed by everything. I love just picking 3 things that I need to get done. One of them is an absolute, I must get it done tomorrow. The other 2 may or may not be absolutes. But make sure you plan your day on paper the night before, and then as soon as you wake up, read through your plan. One of the reasons this is so effective is because long-term planning improves short-term decision-making. Again, long-term planning, I need a drink, excuse me. Long-term planning improves short-term decision-making. And then the second topic for today, the second tip, is schedule your power hour. Now, everybody has a time of the day when they tend to work most effectively. For some people, it's in the morning. Other people, it's in the afternoon. Some people, it's in the evening. For me, I'm a night owl. 9 to 10 is my power hour. And what I recommend for your power hour is you are going to focus on your high value tasks and work on them for the entire hour. Now, working focused intently for an hour is extremely challenging. The brain gets fatigued. So here's what I highly recommend. It's called the Pomodoro technique. You're basically spending 25 focused minutes working intently without any external distractions, meaning no Facebook, no Periscope, no email, no text messaging. You're turning off all electronics except for the computer if you need it, and you're focusing intently for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break to recharge your brain. I recommend getting up, stretching, hydrating, having a light snack, and then another 25 focused minutes, and then a 5-minute break. So it's a power hour, but you're only actually focusing for 50 minutes. But if you really turn off all electronics and set your mind to focusing intently for 25 minutes without any external distractions, you'll be amazed at just how much you can get done. So a power hour, schedule it every single day. Question you want to ask yourself is, when am I most productive? Like I said, for some people it's in the morning, other people it's in the evening. Try and schedule a 1-hour block every single day as your power hour. So for me, it's from 9 to 10 p.m. For you, it might be something different. But every single day during your power hour, you're working on your high-value tasks that give you the most bang for your buck. You're going to work for 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off, 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. Now that's just your power hour. Anytime you're working, I recommend that cycle. 25 minutes on, and when you're on, all electronics are off that are not necessary for the work you have to do. And then take a 5-minute break. Great thing, get up, stretch, hydrate, have a light snack, and then do another 25 minutes, 5-minute break. Really good cycle to get into. I recommend it to all my students. That's kind of it for today's tips. I'd like to pause and see if anyone has a question. I'm going to give you a couple more tips tomorrow and maybe even some on Saturday. Okay, if there are no questions, then let me do one more recap. You'll notice if you follow me that I tend to recap a lot, and the reason is because for the brain, spaced repetition is one of the keys to learning. Hey, Tobias. So what we have are 4 principles I've gone through so far. Let me gather up my notes. First one is apply the 80-20 principle. Know which of the tasks produce the majority of your results. 80-20 principle says 80% of our results come from only 20% of our efforts. Focus your time on those tasks. 2, know how you're going to use your spare minutes. If you commute, think about using your commute as an online university. I mean, I teach physics. I believe I meet with my students, depending upon the class, 60 hours a semester. So if you're commuting a half hour a day, that's 125 hours you're spending in the car per year. You could have the equivalent of a couple college classes. Do that for a couple of years, and you can have so much knowledge just driving to and from work. Tip number 3 is plan your day. Plan it on paper and plan it the night before. So a great thing to do is right before you go to sleep, ask yourself, what is the most important thing I have to get accomplished tomorrow? You can also ask yourself, what else do I need to accomplish? Try and limit yourself to 2 or 3 or 4 big things, but really focus on the most important thing, and then do that during your power hour. A power hour is one focused hour where you're working on your most important high-value tasks. Think about 25 minutes on, and then take a 5-minute break, another 25 minutes on, 5-minute break. Okay, that's it for today's scope, day number 13. I've been scoping every day. I gave myself a challenge to get on Periscope every single day for an entire year and share with you great information that'll educate, entertain, and inspire. If you like that, please swipe to the right on an iPhone, swipe straight up on an Android. Please follow me and consider sharing this with people. I'm going to be presenting some great information over the next year. And you can always find me on YouTube at Joe McCullough, and I will be posting these periscopes that you can watch at your convenience. That's it for now. Dr. Joe McCullough signing off. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. And whoever is giving me all the green hearts, thank you so much. I will hopefully see you tomorrow.